Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Dawn here. So I'm with you with a new release from Cleverprints. Absolutely gorgeous. Do you know what? I'm having so much fun playing with their products. I have bought some of their products in the past and I have to say I absolutely do love them. So every time I get the opportunity to have a play, I am straight there because why wouldn't you? So we have 4 stamp sets and a die set. So I'm going to show you those now and then we're going to make a card. So we've got this one, As You Are. You're perfect as you are. I love that. Love this. Now I haven't stamped this out and played with this one yet, just because I have been sat watching films in the front room with my family, and yeah, I decided to use this one, which isn't quite big enough, so I'll probably come on camera and we'll colour this one in together because I thought I'd do a video using each one. Then we've got, so that one's an A5 one, this is an A6 and this is called Fly High. Absolutely beautiful. Now I will show you the samples that I've already cut out. So here are those. So I had a play with my watercolours. I mean, just absolutely stunning. So there's that one. Then we've got Blooming, which, oh, just look at that. I think this is one of my favourites. So I have done quite a few. So I've done this gorgeous blue. I've done this sort of dark purpley colour. And then I've done pink, blue and purple. And there is another one of them somewhere. I'm just not quite sure. Oh, there it is. And that one. So I sort of wiped off my palette onto the paper and created those ones. So that's what I've done with them. And then, so I do have some cardstock as well. So this is Dolly Dimples cardstock, I think. Look at that gorgeous colour. So I just cleared off my palette onto one of the pages because I thought that how nice would that be to use as a card front, and then, or you know, even just matching and layering. And I've done the same on that. So we've got some mixed media cardstock, and I'm not quite sure. I want to say this is watercolour cardstock. It worked for watercolor cardstock lovely, so I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, so we then have this one, and this is all going to be on one card. I have this idea that I want to do. So, and this one is called Curly Blooms, and that's what we're going to play with today. So this is the one that I want to play with today. But before we get onto that one, there's also a die set as well, with flowers on, so we can make our own flowers. We've got leaves. We've got, oh, I love this lovely bloom. Another funky leaf here. We've got some sprigs. Just absolutely gorgeous, and there's 3 different sizes of them, so we can build them up. But isn't that just beautiful? And then we've got like our flourishes as well. So as I was saying, this is the one that we're going to use today. Now what I want to do is I want to grab my trimmer, because we're going to be doing a 5x7 card. Hopefully I have one here. Yes, I do. And I think I'm going to do it as an easel card. So I'm going to cut this down. So we need it to be 5x7, and I'm going to put that as far as I can, and then this is going to be at 5. So I am cutting that bottom bit off, but that is fine. And then I'm going to cut each side. So all I've done is I've just stamped this twice. So I've stamped it twice to get this, and just stamped it together, and then I've coloured it in the same colours. Now that's going to be my base. So to make an easel card, all we're going to do is we're just going to fold this over into the centre. So this is just a bought card from where you can get packs of cards. So that's all we're going to do. And then what I'll do then is that will be stuck onto that, and then it will go up like that. Now the next thing that I want to do is I want to fussy cut this out. So that's what we are going to do. Now I can't get into all of those little bits, I already know that, that is fine. We're just going to go with what we can do. So I'm going to fussy cut it all out, making sure to keep that piece because we can use that on something else. I've got quite a collection actually. I need to do a little scrap box that's just watercolor cardstock, I think. So I'm going to go all the way around. Now the idea is I want this to sit in the middle. So let's so you'll see in a moment what I mean once we have it all cut out. And I'm going to try and cut out as much of the centre bits as I can, because then you're going to be able to see the flowers that are in there, that are behind them, if you know what I mean. So I'm just going around and cutting that out. Now it would probably be easier to use a craft knife for this, actually, when I think about it, but yeah. And I've got the perfect craft knife as well that will do it. Okay, come on, we can do it. We can do it. I know we can. It's so fiddly. But like I say, if you want this to be a lot easier than what I'm making it look like, then use a craft knife, guys. I'm going to have to come in with a craft knife anyway, I think. And just to straighten that up. Oh, come on. Because I don't want it to look too bad. And I think it's going to end up looking really bad if I continue the way that I'm going. So, yeah, let's try. So I'm going to just take little bits off at a time. Now I don't normally use the very edge of my scissors, but in this case, because I just want tiny amounts, it's proven to be easier. Okay, that was really difficult. I think the other side will get the craft knife out, because I think the craft knife is going to be so much easier. I hear Lady. I think Lady's been on the table in the front room. So I need to go and check on her. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the camera while I finish fussy cutting this out. And once we've fussy cut it out, I will be back. Right, okay, so I'm back. So I've swapped over just my craft knife, and where all these white bits are, I'm just coming in with the craft knife and I'm taking these white bits out. Now my cutting is really bad, I'm not gonna lie. However, oh, be careful by the way with the fingers. Okay, what we can do, there's a couple of things that we can do. Now a lot of people use a black marker in which to go around the edges, and I tend not to do that. It's not that I don't like it, I just think sometimes it can bleed, and yeah, I don't know, it's just not something that I know to do it, but it's just not something that I personally do. What I prefer to do is actually just come in with my distress inks and then go around the edges with my distress inks, but I think it's personal preference, I really do. Now I'm going to leave that, so I'm going to actually come in with I'm trying to think what colour I should come in with, because I want to do some ink blending on this around the edge. So I'm thinking we do this. Oh, do you know what? I'm going to do Dusty Concord. This is one of my favourites. Actually, it's my favourite. So let's use that. Now I need my brush. So I do have one for purple. So we're just going to do that. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to go around the edges of this. And it's enough for it to be to hide all of those mistakes for me. It's just, it really is down to personal preference, but I know I've had a few people tell me about the black pen, and I do, honestly guys, I do know about it. I think we all just have our preferences, but I have used it, and I do use it in certain projects. I think it just depends on what it is that I'm particularly doing at that point. Right, I'm loving that. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring this in and we're going to put in a border of ink around our piece. So just like so. So I've got all the way around. Oh, that's very squeaky, isn't it? Very squeaky. Okay. And then just up this side bit. Right. Oh, I'm loving that. And then that is just going to sit on there like that. But we're going to have it raised. So let me get rid of these bits and bobs. Right, and then let's grab our dimension. So when I say grab the dimension, I mean the cardboard. So we are just going to grab some cardboard bits like so, just so that we can yeah, put this all over. Let's get rid of that bit. Right. Okay, that bit can go in there. So it's just about making sure all the bits are covered. So hopefully we get a nice even raise, if that makes any sense. I hope it does anyway. So just in there. Okay. I need a small bit in there. I will glue these down once we get there, once I've done everything. Right, okay, where's my glue? So I'm going to use my art glitter glue to glue all these bits down. Actually, I'll glue them all the white side down, then you can see whereabouts I've put the cardboard. So I use the cardboard just because we always get parcels, you know, and it is a free dimension. It doesn't cost a thing. Well, it costs for the stuff in between, like that's in the parcel, but you know, we always have some sort of parcel come in, and it just seems daft to waste that gorgeous cardboard by putting it in the recycling when we can easily use it for our yeah, our dimension on our cards, or well, on anything really. You can use it on your mixed media pieces, use it for texture. So cardboard is definitely one of those things that I highly suggest we all have in our stash. Right, so now that I've got that on, the only thing I want is sort of a little bits on here, but I don't know if this is like just too small. So I'm going to try, because I don't want it to sort of sag down. Okay. And I need a little tiny bit just on this bit, and I think that should be enough. My phone's gone mad. Right. Okay, so there we have it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go put glue on all of the cardboard pieces. Okay, like that. And then we're going to lay it down just like that over the top. And I want it flush with the bottom. So just like that. And then we're just going to stick that down. And as you can see, that is on some lovely dimension. Now I do want to bring in my white gel pen because I'd like to add some white details on. So we're going to do that. So, right, I'm going to use the back of my hand just to get the pen working ever so slightly. And these pens, I have to admit, I am really pleased with them. Hopefully they don't change the formula of them, because they are lovely to work with. So yeah, we shall see. But I know Arteza have a habit of continuously changing the formulas of their products. I know I got the gel pens on Julia's advice. And when I got mine, they were nothing like Julia's at all. So it just goes to show. But I was watching the Frugal Crafter, and she was saying, can you trust art reviews? And you know, she had a point that, you know, in the fact that, you know, you buy all of these art products based on reviews, but the reviews could be like a few years old, and the products could have changed. It could have changed formulas, so it might not be, they might have changed it for a cheaper ingredients. So you just don't know, do you? Oh, Alexa off before that started. That is telling me to take my tablet, so as soon as I finish this I will. The one in my living room is now going off. So I'm loving this, and sometimes just that little bit of white can really make the difference. Now, one thing I have found though with a white gel pen, because I know a lot of people, it's taken me forever to find a nice white gel pen. But the one thing that I found, and it was actually a tip that I got from our lovely Angie B Crafts, was just cleaning off the nib regularly. So, and if you do it on the back of your hand, I think because it's a soft surface, it really does help. So I hope that helps you guys if you are like me and have trouble with your gel pens. Okay, so just going around like so. Now I just want to add some dots in. Oh, I love this. Yeah, so just adding in just little details, and you know, it's all that we need sometimes. It's just those little details. Right, loving that. Now I'm going to bring in the stamp set, and we're going to stamp Follow Your Dreams, because I really like that. So let's grab that. I do need to grab a stamping block. Okay, do you know what, let's bring in, I wonder if we can have it on that bit there where I've been colouring in. That would be really cool if we could. I'm just going to grab my VersaFine Clear black ink because it's lovely, and then we're just going to stamp that. I'm going to stamp it in this bit, move that over. Okay, so oh, look at that, that's stamped perfectly. So now grab my scissors. I have no idea where I put my Tonic Studio ones, but they are about somewhere. I'm just going to cut that. But I don't want to didn't want to waste that bit of inking. I mean, how nice is that? Right, let's cut this a little bit straighter for a start. I'm going to cut that on a wonk, and we're going to cut that straight. Oh, I love it. Right, and then just grab my dimension again, and we don't want too much because I want it so that it just sits there. So I just need it under that bit, so like so. Okay, and then from there we're going to glue that down. And how nice does that look? Oh, that is absolutely stunning. So I'm going to glue this down now onto here. So I'm just going to put glue on this bit, and then what we need to do is we need to create the bottom piece so that when it stands up, all is good. So I'm just going to line that up and squish that down. So there's that. Now we need something that's going to stop it from moving. Okay. So what I'm going to do is this that we created with the leftover watercolour. I'm just going to cut a nice strip of it, and I'm going to do that 7 inches. So okay, so it's the same length as the card. And then the flowers that I stamped, so these ones, so we're actually going to bring in a second stamp paper. We're going to bring in the blooming one because we have these that I stamped out over, again, just, what do you call it? The, oh, that looks lovely. Where I'd got rid of all my ink off my pad, if that makes any sense. So I'm going to go around this with the Dusty Concord. So just like this, and that's just so that we blend it in nicely. Okay. So just like that. And I think that I'm only going to have one of these on. So I'm going to glue this down. Just so that that's down first. So just like that. Right, and then underneath, get our dimension again. Okay, we're just going to get rid of those bits just so that it's then the right width. Just take a little bit off there. So yeah, perfect. Right, so I'm just going to glue these down. Like so. There's that one, and then glue this bit down as well. Okay, like that. Let's bring back our card, and what we're going to do is that is just going to sit on there just like that and be a stopper to our card. So let's put glue on that cardboard. Okay. And then we're just going to glue that down, make sure it's straight. I love that, really, really love that. And then there you have it. How cool is that? So where's my sort of needle? I pulled the end off at the ball. I need to get out my other pins. I've got quite a few of them, but I'm not sure where I put them, and get rid of that one. But yeah, how gorgeous is that? So that is our card, guys. So it just stands like that. Oh, let me just hold it there. So that's how it will look when it is out. So how beautiful is that? It's turned out really pretty. So just something a little bit different. So I will leave links in the description box below. Do check that out. And I will be doing a video, a couple more videos playing with these because they're just so cute. And how can you not? I mean, look how well they go together. They're just so pretty. Absolutely love them. So yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, please do all stay safe, and yeah, have some fun crafting. Until then, bye.